This series between Utah and Oklahoma City is knotted up at 1 game apiece. And while the Thunder rained down threes in Game 1 to get them separation, it seems fitting that a team called the Jazz would find their rhythm behind an offensive set called Horns. In Game 1, Quin Snyder got some useful possessions out of this alignment, which features 2 players at the elbows and 2 players in the corners to start. Here, they utilized Crowder and Favors in a wedge as a double ball screen for Rubio, and it allowed them to attack their favorite target on defense, Carmelo Anthony. This time, it's Ingles and Favors to the high post, and they attack the weak link again, Alex Abrinas, as Rubio turns the corner and draws a shooting foul. On this one, they've got Favors in the corner and Donovan Mitchell at the high post, who sets a ball screen before getting a flare screen from Gobert. This is blown up by the defense, although Russ gets on the wrong side of this and Mitchell missed a backdoor cut. But it flows right into a pick and roll for Rubio, who finds another mid-range jumper. Same personnel alignment, and this time it becomes a double ball screen for Rubio, and when Mitchell tries to curl off of Gobert, both defenders go to him, leaving Gobert open to cut to the hoop and free throws. The next progression out of this same alignment sees Rubio dribble handoff to the corner. This flows into a high post split, where Ingles cuts through and Rubio gets the pitch. Notice how they've got Melo defending on the weak side, and as Rubio hesitates then goes to the rim, Melo just stands there and lets him lay it up. Again, with the Mitchell-Gobert high post alignment, Rubio uses the ball screen and just bursts into the lane, muscling up another left-handed layup. Same starting action, but this time Crowder hands right back to Rubio before sprinting to the right side to form a double staggered pin down for Ingles. Because Ingles is such a good shooter, Adams steps up to contest. While Melo does a good job to bump him, he needs to stay with Gobert the whole way, since one more step gets him open and the defense is forced to foul. Armed with this information from Game 1, Coach Quin Snyder had prepared his team with a few more wrinkles. Here's the double ball screen across the top, and it's contained well when Rubio doesn't wait for the screens to get set and doesn't actually run Russ into them. An easy contain for the defense, but the offense flows right into a handoff, back into pick and roll, which forces the switch. And there is no hope for Russ to defend Derek Favors as he rolls right to the hoop for the half hook. Here's the same flare into hand back to Rubio from Game 1. And remember how Crowder and Gobert are going to double pin down on the right side? Well, Mitchell catches Brewer way too close to him in the deep corner. He needed to be at least 2 steps towards the paint. So Mitchell instantly beats him over the top, Rubio with a nice pass, and Mitchell gets on the board with a layup. Here's Horns' twist, where Rubio goes to the left off 2 screens, Favors dives, and Crowder sets another ball screen coming back to the right. Our old friend Melo is involved, has to switch, and cannot keep Rubio from getting the layup. With Jerebko in, they run a double ball screen across the top. An aggressive turn by Rubio sucks Adams into a double team. Gobert's dive gets him a lane to the hoop, but tremendous recovery by Adams and rotation by Paul George blocks what would have been a surefire 2 points. The better play by Gobert would have been to pass to a wide-open Ingles for a corner 3. With Ingles and Gobert in the high post, they run a high post entry this time. Russ doesn't seem focused and lets Rubio get the handoff right to the hoop and free throws. Same play, but this time Rubio doesn't follow his high post pass, instead flaring off of Gobert to the left side. Again, the defense keeps Adam up in a high hedge. Gobert's dive to the rim sucks in Brewer, and Rubio simply skips to Mitchell in the corner, who attacks the closeout and gets right to the hoop for a layup. This offense is positionless, so Mitchell can run the point guard and Rubio goes to the corner. Here is the ball screen into flare screen for Ingles, and on the Gobert pick and roll, again Adams gets sucked up to the ball, Gobert dives, forcing Russ to have to bump down. An easy pass to Rubio gets him an open look. For the first time, they get Favors and Gobert together on the high post. They want to run twist, but Russ walls it off. But look where Adams is, way too wide, almost at the three-point line. Melo has to get to the midline to watch for Gobert, and even though this was a double team, there's no pressure on Rubio, who can just throw the skip pass to the corner and get Favors a decent look from the corner. Here's the same pass back option we saw from game 1. This time Favors gives it back to Rubio, and he and Gobert set that double staggered pin down. Westbrook sniffs this out and sits on the pass, doing a nice job to deflect it and allow the other defenders to maintain good position. This flows right into a pick and roll, and the Thunder's philosophy for defending this is to have Adams hedge flat. But this is a problem since modern offenses will hit the short roll every time. The issue is that every time they hedge, Adams gets stuck higher than his man, behind the play, and forced to foul or give up a dunk to Gobert. I believe Adams should never let his man get below him. He should back up to contain and rely on Paul George to hustle around and contest the long distance shot. And finally, another high post entry that flows into a dribble handoff to Mitchell from the corner. Pistol action as Gobert sets the inside ball screen. Again, it invites a double team from the defense. Watch how bad Russ is on this play. It's Melo's job to rotate to Gobert, which he does. Meanwhile, Russ just stops and stares, while his man is standing all alone in the corner. Rubio has been hot all night and continues to nail them. In the fourth, it was the Donovan Mitchell show. He went off for 13 points when he decided to get to the basket more. This even started out as horns, but Russ did a nice job being physical to disrupt the flow. And I like Patrick Patterson's position on the Favors ball screen, willing to drop back and contain, but the hesitation by Mitchell gets Russ behind him and check the nice floater from the lane line before the defense can get there. Same kind of contained defense from Patterson, but I'm not sure there's much to prepare you for this kind of spin move and finger roll with the left hand at full speed. Wow! They target Melo with a pick and roll down the stretch, and he contains it nicely, but watch what happens on the weak side. Russ switches onto Mitchell, but proceeds to completely lose track of him. Great cut, nice pass, and awesome footwork to step through for the easy shot. Remember, the Jazz want to target Melo in the pick and roll, so Donovan has a nice wrinkle where they'll switch another player onto the ball screener. You can see Melo pointing this out to Russ, who goes to guard Favors. In a great adjustment by Snyder, they just have Rubio screen for him instead. There's simply nowhere for Melo to hide, and he gives up the drive and has to foul. And I truly believe they need to sit him in these situations if they want to win this series. And there was no need for fancy offense as Mitchell just attacks Paul George, one of the premier defenders in the league, and uncorks another spin move into a floater over two guys and drops it right through the net, basically icing this game and getting the Jazz back into this series by blowing their horns, all perfectly in tune.
What are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it!